Hello everybody, back here again for another little money saving tips, I guess, or what do you want to call it. One of the things that a lot of people do who go camping and stuff, or have a little fireplace or a wood stove or even just a little bonfire out back, is they will actually go out and they will buy fire starter, like little blocks and stuff, little things like that. I see no reason at all for that, so I'm going to make you a real quick little video here and show you how I make my little fire starters. And what I do is this is just a cardboard egg crate, not the styrofoam ones. I'm not a big fan of those at all. And then I have a jar here full of just my lint that I get from my dryer vent. And all I'll do is I will pull off small little chunks of it. Does not take very much. I will stick each little piece just down in the hole there pretty well. And you can notice I'm pulling off just a little bit, not a lot, a little bit in each hole. And I found that your cotton clothes work a little better, obviously, than your polyesters and stuff, but you don't get as much lint from your polyester clothes anyway. So this is just a random assortment of different lints and stuff I've had over the last, I don't know, month or two. And I just stuff a little bit in every single hole. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to be neat and pretty about it, nothing like that. And then actually, there's no reason to show you all that, I guess. I'll fill the rest of it in. I will actually go ahead and on this top layer, I will lay some out here also around that. They'll give me one big fire starter if I'm going to be, say, outside starting an outdoor fire with lots of wind. It'll give me a lot more. I have quite a bit more lint there. The other thing I do is I have a candle warmer. A lot of people use it to keep their coffee mug hot in their office, that kind of thing. I just turn this on, so it's going to take me, it takes usually about a half an hour to 45 minutes to melt that wax. I found it's just a lot safer, a lot easier way to mess with it than actually trying to put it on a stove or anything like that. You could very easily do a double boiler with it, or even put it on a really low heat stove, like just set it in a pan. So I figure I'll go ahead and I'll get that melted, and then I'll be back in a minute and show you what I do after I get that wax all melted. I'll have this laid out and I'll show you the next step. So I'll be back. Well, I'm back here to wrap up this little fire starter make your own kit, I guess. And as you can see, the wax is clearly went liquid for me, so that's a good thing. And also, if you look in there, not sure if you're gonna be able to see or not, maybe if we can go to this side, there's actually still the wick that's left in there too. I'm gonna actually pull that out so I can save it for another candle down the road. Not really sure when I'll need it, but I like to keep my wicks back and make smaller candles every once in a while, usually tea light size, something like that, to be able to use for light or whatever. So all these here are scented candles, and I've burned them until they're, you know, down where I don't like feel safe burning them anymore. I've had them on the melter, so there's pretty much no odor left. So this is pretty much 100% free wax that would have just got thrown out in the trash. So don't waste good brand new wax candles for that. So anyway, the wax doesn't get that hot. I mean, you can clearly see I'm grabbing right here at the end, and it's hot to the touch, but it's not going to burn you. So just go ahead and take it, and I just start pouring out a little bit. I don't go real deep the first lap. I just make a real quick little pour across so I can kind of make sure I get everything gets a little bit at least. And then I'll come over here and I'll pour around this outside edge. And also I'll come back and top off a little more as I go. There is also a plastic bag, as you can see, underneath here. So that's definitely recommended just for spillage. As you can see, I kind of spilt a little bit there, but not a big deal because I have the leftover Walmart sack in there. So I don't really bother getting it even on that kind of stuff. I just want some wax in each one. And what's going to happen here is, you can see, I'm finishing out that my candle wick stayed inside, which is a good thing. And then I'll go ahead and start my next batch of wax over here to start melting for the next batch I'm going to do. This will take anywhere from 5 minutes to half an hour to cool, depending on how thick you got it. If you notice, some of these right here are super thick. I got lots and lots of wax in there. A little more than I usually do, but oh well, no big deal. What's going to happen when I go to burn these is I'm going to be able to light, every one of these has a little bit of the lint sticking out. So I'll be able to light that lint right there, and then it's going to act as a wick for me. So it's going to burn for a really long time. So I'll tear these apart. What I'll do is I'll tear down the middle, as I need them. I leave it all together. I'll close this up and then it'll be easy to store. As I need it, I'll tear off either just like 2 of these right through here, or then I'll tear it in half again. Sometimes if I have big scissors around, I'll cut it up in small chunks. Doesn't really matter either way. Then I'll throw that underneath, whether it be a bonfire, whether it be the cook stove, whether it be you know, the wood stove, whatever the heck it be. Set it down, make my little kindling pile above it, reach in, light it, or sometimes if it's really windy out, I'll have to use a lighter anyway. But I can get the light going. This will burn for, I don't know, I haven't really done a test on its own by itself, but I would guess probably from what I've seen before. I tried to light a fire once in the wood stove and it didn't light up above it because I used all thicker wood and I didn't have any kindling above it. I thought it would burn. It didn't. It was probably 35 minutes later and I actually had 2 of these little chunks. I had like this much right through here. It was still going after 35 minutes. So it was virtually gone at that point, which I was able to throw in some small kindling, get the fire going. So I would say you would have easily a good 15, 20 minutes, maybe 35 or 40 minutes out of one of these. So if you can't get a fire started off of this, even with wet wood, you know, after 35, 40 minutes, you're in some big trouble. So anyway, what I'll do is let this wax cool, like I said. I'll stick it inside this plastic bag I used to catch the spills anyway. Stick it inside there, and I'll haul it out to my garage where it'll wait for the next time I need a fire. Thanks for watching, and always looking to save a little bit of money. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day.